Just sunshine, as you've just said, and you have got an overnight on board as well. So on day one you fly to Dubai and then you are overnight, sorry. Day two you transfer to your port, but you've got an overnight on board so you can really explore, and there are so many places to go, as you can see. You could go and play a little bit of golf on one of the most impressive golf courses, or go into one of the more air-conditioned malls and do snowboarding. Or do a desert tour as well. So really there's so much to do. Incredible shopping as well. The malls are a feature because it can get so hot outside. It's quite nice to go and get a bit of aircon and do some shopping. But you've got fabulous sights to see as well. If you're not, you know, in for it for buying the diamonds, you could go to the Burj Al Arab Hotel, for instance. The thing about Dubai, as you can see here, it's opulent, it's luxurious. You know, there is a lot of sort of money around, so you'll see some incredible sights.
So it's definitely on my wish list right now. It certainly is. So we've had our overnight on board in Dubai. Where next, then, Gemma?
Well, then we're off to Muscat, and you've got, again, another overnight on board. And, of course, again, if you're new to cruising, you know, you may not know, but it's really lovely to get those overnights because you get to really immerse yourself in the destinations that you're going to.
It's nice not having to rush, isn't it?
It's lovely not having to rush. Just take your time and, as I say, just really enjoy it. And Muscat couldn't be in a more beautiful setting. So the old part of the town is hemmed in by those gorgeous mountains that you just saw. And you've got the Corniche, which is flanked by a 16th century hilltop fort. And there are plenty of beautiful temples to go and visit. That's the Royal Palace there. You've got the Grand Mosque as well. I'm sure this will be part of your exploration around Muscat. But you could also, of course, head for the beaches as well. You've got mountains, you've got beach, and you've got the lovely town as well. So something for everybody. You can do 4x4 rides as well and trips along the coast if you want to go out and visit some fishing villages, for instance, or explore some of the medieval forts. So I highly recommend it. This is going to be an absolutely beautiful Arabian Gulf cruise. And then on day 6, you'll be sailing into Kasab, which is in Oman. Now, this is often dubbed the sort of Norway of the Middle East.
Yes, I can see that.
Because
yes.
You've got the Oman fields. You kind of wouldn't expect scenery like that necessarily, but there they are. This is the Kasab Fort. It's a very old, ancient castle that you can go and visit. You know, again, plenty to do, and so nice to be so far away from home and this incredible scenery.
And getting these great temperatures,
yeah,
where it's going to be probably absolutely freezing here
in
the UK. And then it's Abu Dhabi next, isn't it?
Then we're off to Abu Dhabi, absolutely, which is a remarkable place. You've got, again, if you're with kids as well, you've got the Arabian Wildlife Park, you can go desert camping, you've got the Grand Mosque. If you're a real car lover, you've got Ferrari World. It's actually like a theme park. Quite fun. Ferrari World, yeah, with huge roller coasters and everything themed around Ferrari. It's hilarious. This is your beautiful building here. You've got your Emirates Palace. That's an absolute must to visit as well. So you've got a lovely mixture of sort of the ancient culture, but also, you know, skyscrapers, yes, and the modern aspect of the city, and things like, you know, the zoo or the wildlife that you can go and see. So there's something for everybody.
Everyone that I know that's been, you know, over to Dubai and the United Arab Emirates have said it is magical. And we are back in Dubai, I should say, overnight, finally, before you disembark.
Yes.
Amazing prices on this one. So the lead date is the 29th of January, so you can get the price of $599. We have a single special of $729. Based on the 5th of February departure date. There was also great single prices. But I think what I love about cruises, and I've been very lucky, I've been on 20 cruise holidays now. I love the fact that everything is included. The standards are so incredibly high. And you are never bored for a minute, but you really do chill out and relax.
Yeah, incredible service as well. People can't do enough for you. You really don't have to worry about anything. Everything's taken care of, which is wonderful. And actually, just you could see in the pictures of that particular ship as well, the swimming pool's a lovely size.
Yes.
You can actually do some proper lengths, which is really nice.
Now, price-wise, we have got all of these dates available for you, but for $599, based on that lead date of the 29th of January, you can get your return flights. And we can, of course, fly from most UK airports, so supplements will plan a few of those. An amazing single special. We do get a lot of single viewers. please don't wait on that one, because that's only 729 based on the 5th of February. You're going to get those overnights in Dubai and, of course, on board in Muscat, and you only need a deposit tonight on selected dates. Let's just show you, actually, we've got loads of dates we could even take you away over Christmas, couldn't we?
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah.
And very nice as well. I mean, I just want to sort of re-highlight that you do get the overnight at the beginning in Dubai and the overnight at the end in Dubai as well. It's quite nice to round the trip off.
And just looking at those prices on the singles as well, they're really
very good. Really fantastic.
dates,
As you say, to get away to the hot winter sun in the new year, just at the point where you've absolutely had enough of the freezing cold temperature, you get to switch the heating off for a bit and go away and get some proper warmth. Really lovely.
And personally speaking, you know, going over to Dubai and the United Arab Emirates, to do it on a cruise ship is one of the best ways of travelling.
Oh, amazing. There's just something to be said for waking up and just going, where am I today? Just beautiful.
Well, I know that one's going to be really busy, but have you just seen the price on our next cruise? Oh, yes. This is what Planet Cruise are all about. For under £500 now, we can take you around the Eastern Med with Norwegian Cruise Line. Under £500 tonight. And I've actually been on the ship. It's the Norwegian Jade, isn't it?
Yes, it is indeed. I love it, Sean. You've been on nearly everything, haven't you? It's wonderful.
No, I haven't, but I have been on this ship. And I love the Norwegian Jade. Yes, she's colourful, she's relaxed, she's fun. For those of you that don't like too much formality, I would suggest Norwegian Cruise Lines are perfect, because there are no set dining times, there's no set, you know, formal evenings, anything like that. It's very casual, very relaxed.
Absolutely. I would say that that is one of their main selling points, if you like. That's one of the things they really pride themselves on, is that it is all about freestyle choices, as they call it. So it's fun, it's relaxed, you can eat when you want, you can eat with whoever you want.
Yes.
I think there are some people who still think that on cruising it's very, very rigid. It absolutely is not. And with this particular cruise line, like I say, it's something they're really renowned for. 12 international restaurants on board, 11 bars and lounges, fabulous food, wonderful fitness as well.
And honestly, it's so nice to have that choice on a cruise ship. As Gemma said, all of those restaurants and bars. So, unlike a hotel where you go into the same restaurants at the same table every night.
Yeah, it can get a little boring. And by the end of the holiday, you kind of, you've had enough. And that is the lovely thing, is the choice.
And
it's like going somewhere different every evening.
You'll never, ever get bored of the food.
No.
Oh, it's
wow.
so wonderful.
Yeah.
You enjoyed your cruise last
I
week.
did. I'm still paying for it. I tell you, I have to do extra exercise this week. So I just made the most of it.
But let's show you where you're going to be cruising from, because this starts off, of course, with a flight over to Rome, doesn't it? Which is, of course, included.
Yes, absolutely. So there you go. You arrive and then you transfer to the port and embark the ship for 10 nights. How wonderful. So you've got day 2 at sea, which is really nice. Make the most of the ship, bed in, as it were. And then day 3, you will wake up in Olympia in Katakolon, which is a very scenic seaside Greek town, famous because it's the site of Olympia. So you're literally transported back thousands of years, and you absolutely should go and visit the ancient ruins and imagine the chariot drivers, the discus throwers, and all of that. I mean, many people visit this site annually, and there's a wonderful museum there as well. So that's all wonderful. And then on day 4, we are sailing to Athens. Well, of course, many of you will know, a lot about Athens already. But I must say it's had a real overhaul ever since the Olympic Games in 2004.
Everyone says it's amazing.
Yeah, it really is. They've really kind of improved the whole infrastructure. So getting around the city is much easier these days, including the metro. So it's all really cheap and safe and efficient and really good. And it means you can go and see all those famous sites, such as, well, you could go and see the Olympic ground, but you could also go to the Parthenon, the Acropolis. There's so much to see and do. And just as I'm saying here, yes, it's just so easy to get about now. A lot of the monuments have had real facelifts as well. So it's looking good at the moment, Athens. If you've been there before, it will be lovely to go back, actually, and compare that it has changed all for the good. Beautiful food, of course. I love Greek food. So healthy and so delicious. I could eat that forever. Wonderful stuff. So yes, that is Athens. Go to the Acropolis, go to the Athens Museum, and then you've got that beautiful ship to get back to as well.
We should say the great thing again about cruising, if there's a port that you've been to maybe several times before, if it's a place you're not as interested in, there's always so much happening on the ship as well. you know, so...
Yeah, or the ship's nice and quiet. Well, a lot of people go off and you can just completely relax as well.
Koussidas is next, isn't it?
Yes, that's in Turkey, so you might want to go and visit Ephesus while you're there, which is the ancient Roman city. And then we sail off to Istanbul. Now it's really nice because you get an overnight on board here, and I think it's the perfect spot to do that.
And when you cruise into Istanbul, it is absolutely magical.
Absolutely stunning, I agree. And it's a real mix of east and west. You've got so much history here.
And you do see that divide, you know, as you actually say cruise into, you know, you see that the east and west, it looks...
Quite distinct.
Oh, my word, yeah.
And in fact, it covers 2 continents, Istanbul. So you've got the Bosphorus running through the middle, Europe's to the west and Asia's to the east, which is quite interesting. Lots of sites like the Blue Mosque, which are a must to go and visit and take your camera. The Hagia Sophia, you saw at the beginning, you know, the markets, the souks.
Yeah, and they are a lot of fun, you know. I was
fun.
for that, you know, we'll enjoy them, but they were really good fun.
You've got to do a bit of haggling as well. Don't take the first price.
I got 20 cushion covers for about £1.
Did you? They started off at 3 and you got them down to 1. It's very good haggling, I like that. Yeah, so loads to do and see, and you have got that overnight as well, and actually Istanbul is quite famous for its nightlife as well. It's very buzzy, very interesting atmosphere.
Now, a couple of days at sea are next, so just enjoy all of the great facilities on board, and then...
Oh, yes, then we arrive in Naples. I was there only last week, and I must say, if you can get to Sorrento, which is just up the coast, it is exquisite. I've got a photograph looking out from the ship to the Sorrento. It looks like a painting. It just will blow your mind. It's so beautiful. That's the island of Capri. You could do a little... Oh, that's the fortress of the Aragons there. Sorry, I'm getting muddled. But you've got the island of Capri to visit as well. Naples is fantastic because you can go and explore Naples itself, but it's a real gateway to other places such as Positano, Pompeii. This is the beautiful piazza, just exquisite as Italy is, all these beautiful places. Do go and see Pompeii if you've never been. It's remarkable, just what happened there, you know, and you really see some fantastic stuff where Mount Vesuvius, of course, exploded and covered everything all those hundreds of years ago. So then, I'm afraid, we are flying back to Rome. Back home. That's the end of the cruise, but what a lovely cruise it's been.
Well, you have been on board 10 nights. We've worked this out, and I'm sure you've done the maths at home. This works out less than £50 per person per night. We're even going to give you $100 on board spend towards your drinks or, say, maybe some shore excursions. And to think that you could be away in December when it's all miserable here in the UK and a little bit stressful, you could be away on board this fabulous ship. I've cruised on the Norwegian Jade myself, and the price tonight, this is what the show is all about. We are live right now, coming up to about 8:15. £50 per person per night, and you're even going to get $100 on board spend. How would you like a penthouse, Gemma?
I would love a penthouse. I think I'm made for a penthouse, so I'd definitely love to go for that. I'm not.
Even the penthouse, you know, maybe it's a special occasion, under £1,000 for the penthouse, and do ask our cruise consultants all about that. And something we need to point out, with Planet Cruise, all of your flights, all of your transfers are always included.
Yeah, I mean, that price, those prices are phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. You know, if you are wanting to go away at this kind of time of year, firstly, the December dates, you know, it's so competitive, given that that's got all your food in it as well.
And looking there, it's a great pricing, you know, even in January, February, and you know, into March, right the way across the board. So, that was our second cruise, but, oh my word.
Yeah.
Would you like to fly business class to South America? Yes, please. Because, you know, it's a decent length flight, probably about 9 or 10 hours.
I would never justify buying myself a business
class
flight, ever.
I wouldn't.
Ever. In fact, I don't think with work I even get business class flights. But would I like to? Of course I would. To fly comfort. And the fact that it's included in this price of this amazing trip, I can't believe it.
Well, our producer went online, and actually the price of just the flights alone is pretty much what you're paying for this entire cruise and business class flights. And I sound a bit big-headed tonight, but I've cruised with Oceania, and they are amazing. They're five-star luxury.
Oh, yeah.
All of your soft drinks and things are included as well, and they're known to have the best food at sea. They spend more money per head
Incredible,
than any other cruise company, to the best of my knowledge. Let's show you what life could be on board. And this is the most beautiful ship.
Oh.
It is the MS Marina, of course.
Absolutely stunning, and she's like an evolution of the line's very popular regatta class ships. So she's larger than Regatta, Insignia and Nautica, but she's mid-size, and as you say, it's that fine cuisine at sea. I mean, honestly, the restaurants, I could go on for about 4 hours telling you. You've got, you know, chandeliers in the grand dining room. You've got the French restaurant. I mean, you can see just how beautiful as well your room will be. Everything here is top quality, isn't it?
Oh, it was unbelievable. I can also say that the best meal I've ever had at sea was actually in Red Ginger on board.
Oh, Red Ginger, yeah, where you get the fabulous Asian food, and you can have things like roast duck salad. And,
it's just
amazing.
And so much is included. You know, I would class Oceania as almost like semi-all-inclusive because you get to try the specialty restaurants. You get all of your soft drinks included as well, Gemma, don't you?
Yes, absolutely. And you've got such a choice. You could eat somewhere different every day. Toscana is the Italian one. You've got the Terrace Cafe. You've got Waves, where they grill everything outside, so they do like barbecue stuff and gourmet burgers and things. The Asian, the French, where a very, very top French chef called Jacques Pepin has put his name to it, and that's the first restaurant that he's ever put his name to on land or sea. And they have like amazing rotisserie. You will dine like a king and queen on this ship.
They are a premium cruise company. That doesn't mean that there's any stuffiness. It's actually very relaxed, very casual, kind of a country casual atmosphere. But if you book tonight, you will get free business class flights. Now, these are going to be snapped up like that, you can imagine. Free business class flights that could be costing you what the whole cruise is costing here.
Yeah.
The date there, we only have the one date there, the 20th of November. This is going to go very, very fast and unlimited availability. You imagine we only have so many business class flights that are free tonight. So we're flying in business. That's going to be an experience in itself. I have flown business once and it was just amazing.
I think I got upgraded once, and it
was
absolutely amazing. Yeah,
and
it was really
we've flown business to Rio de Janeiro, haven't we?
Yes, absolutely. And this is, I haven't been, and as I said, my sister has been and won't stop going on about how it was the most incredible place she's ever been. You see these images, and I want to go and see them for myself. I want to see Christ the Redeemer, that statue you've just seen that overlooks the whole of Rio de Janeiro, those dramatic landmarks, Sugarloaf Mountain, of course. And she just said the atmosphere there is a carnival atmosphere. The people are absolutely amazing. You know, it's the home of the samba and all that wonderful sort of passionate music and food, and you know, there's a reason that it has a reputation as being one of the most beautiful places in the world. And then we're sailing away. This is the great thing about a cruise. My sister went to Rio de Janeiro, didn't go anywhere else. She wasn't on a cruise. If you're on a cruise, you then get to go to Buzios, which is further down the coast, and experience that as well. This is a beach destination. It's just renowned for stunning beaches, and there I could list them for you. Won't mean much, but yeah, they are.
You could be here in a few weeks' time. You
Absolutely,
really could.
That could be you strolling along these stunning cobbled streets and beautiful beaches, sunbathing, getting your tan to make everybody else feel sick.
I tell you what, although I don't like getting older, like most people don't, you know, if you are retired, if you're able just to do a holiday, last minute like this.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm like counting the days. Yeah,
I'll be retired before you. I'm older than you, Gemma.
More holidays.
So what's next then, Gemma? We've been to Buzios.
Yes, and then day 5 we're going off to Parati. Now this is a place, it's known for its lush natural beauty, and again there's a little small cobbled sort of colonial section of the town which is just there, which you can stroll around, and there's like little shops, but it's not very built up at all.
Really
so you're
relaxing.
really seeing, you've gone from like the bustle of Rio de Janeiro to these beautiful places that, again, if you weren't on a cruise, you probably wouldn't get round to seeing. And you can do a boat ride around to some of the islands here. And then you get back on the ship and we sail off again to Sao Paulo. Now, this is one of the busiest ports in Latin America, and it's, again, a completely different mood. You're going to have the hustle and bustle. You've got the tree-lined boulevards, the longest beach garden in the world, and it's famous for, amongst other things, the soccer legend Pelé. And the stadium where he played is one of the city's most noteworthy attractions, so any football fans will be fascinated by that. And it's also got a cemetery that's supposed to be absolutely stunning to visit as well. Then we go off to Porto Bello, which is a small little fishing village. again, fabulous beaches. Then we're cruising along the Atlantic Ocean until you get to Rio Grande. And then after that, you move round to Punta del Este. Again, amazing beaches, elegant seaside homes. You've got a yacht harbour. That's a very famous sculpture. I mean, how cool is that? I think that's amazing. So, yes, it's a very sort of quite upmarket place, shall we say. Very beautiful, quite a sort of expensive destination for rich people. And then day 11 you're going to Montevideo in Uruguay. So you're seeing a lot of South America on this one trip. What an amazing trip.
And we haven't finished there, because our next port is Buenos Aires, and we're overnight on board.
I know. I feel like singing a bit from Evita.
Vita, I do too.
But I won't. So you are in Buenos Aires, and you're overnight on board as well. And this is a place, again, it's on my dream list of places to go. It's often referred to as the Paris of South America.
Well, I can honestly say one of the most stunning itineraries, but to think that you're spending your time also on board that 5-star luxurious ship with Oceania. And, you know, this is the type of holiday that dreams are made of when you think of it. You've flown business class, you've been on this amazing cruise, and we get to see.
Well, you've had the amazing
like
cities, you've had the beaches, and now you're in Buenos Aires, where you can go out into the countryside and see some of real traditional Argentina, or you can stay in the town, and you've got architecture, you've got woods, parks, amazing food, just some Latin sizzle at night as well.
Well, if you're quick, and I know that this is a late deal. This is why we're giving you the free business class flights tonight. You can actually be on board the ship in just a few weeks' time. Look, this is what you're experiencing.
It's so beautiful. And actually, you get a little bit of time to do things that ordinarily you don't have time to do, like going for a massage or something like that. And it just does you the world of good. Time to relax and just have a proper holiday.
This is honestly one of the best deals I've ever seen to South America in the past 7 or 8 years since I've been presenting the show.
Yeah, it's
I don't
amazing.
think we've ever given away free business class flights.
I
And
know.
that does make a difference, because there's where Ginger just saw it. This is the best restaurant that I've dined in at sea.
The choice of restaurants on this particular ship is unreal. I mean, if you can go online and have a read through, I mentioned a lot of them tonight. And look at that beautiful bar as well. You won't want to get off the ship, but you will, because you've got to go to those wonderful destinations and explore. But every time you come back from a day of sightseeing, you are coming back to total comfort and luxury.
And there's nothing worse than thinking about that economy flight home.
Oh, I know.
You'll actually be thinking, oh, actually, I've still
You'll be going, bye-bye.
Yeah,
I'm going that way.
Class flight.
That way.
Yeah. Imagine.
Lovely.
This could be you. Now, the price tonight, and this is important, this will get snapped up. It's the first time that I remember us ever doing free business class flights, on a long haul, I should say.
Yes.
2569, that includes your return business class flights from London, overnight on board in Rio de Janeiro and Buenos Aires. And if you don't want to fly business, and economy's fine for you, we could actually do the same offer, give you an extra 3 nights in Rio for only 2699. So you've got that choice as well. And if these dates don't fit, we have got alternative sailings in 2015. But
I'd be torn, actually. I think I might probably go for the business flight.
I would. I'd definitely go for that.
Yeah, because you're right, on the way back as well. That's so nice.
Well, they're worth
a fortune. And it's like I said, you don't justify it usually, do you?
No.
You just go, no.
And they are return flights, by the way, those business class flights. I questioned that, but they are return. Oh, did we mention we've got a couple of hot picks for you? 2 hot picks tonight. And thank you, Estelle said not us 2.
Oh, no.
Gemma's a hot pick, I'm not. But
I'd
anyway.
say tepid pick. Lukewarm.
Anyway, we've got some amazing hot picks for you. This is the first one, and it's with Pinot on board the Oceania. How about this? 12 nights from only $499. My word, that's just over £40 per person per night, isn't it?
Yeah, we really are doing some stunning deals at the moment. Absolutely. This is why it's good to book through Planet Cruise, because we can do this. We can create these amazing deals. So just please ring us as well, just in case the date isn't perfect for you, but you like the look of the itinerary and so on and so forth.
But honestly, it's a brilliant deal. You know, think about the end of January, you're still a bit down, it's all a bit depressing. Get on a cruise. It's a late deal for January at $499. Working out just over £40 per person per night. And one of the most wonderful experiences that I had was on my mum's 70th on board the Queen Mary 2. This is the iconic New York transatlantic cruise that the Queen Mary was actually built for. again, this is one of the latest deals we've ever had. This is actually a week tomorrow, this one.
I know. What a lovely last-minute thing to do and look forward to. And as you say, it's a rather sort of special thing to do, to say that you've done this, isn't it? To sail to New York. There's something very romantic about that idea.
It is, and what you'll know that the Queen Mary is all geared up for this. So every day there'll be so much happening. The most amazing entertainment. There'll be the afternoon teas. There will be the most outstanding 5-star service, as you'd imagine. This is a 5-star cruise, of course. 8 nights from $499. But it's a very late deal, which is why we've got such a great price on that. You'll be cruising a week tomorrow, won't you?
Oh, wonderful, yeah.
Now, Gemma and I, we are staying placed on a Tuesday evening, you'll be pleased to know. But we have got our new Friday show this Friday at 11 a.m. So we don't have the show on a Sunday anymore. It has moved to Friday, but we will be with you every Tuesday still at 8 o'clock. And if you'd like to stay in touch, by the way, you can either sign up to our newsletter, you can get our free copy of our Journey magazine, and check our brand new website as well. And the website is fab. I mean, I always thought it was great anyway, but it's even slicker and better than ever. But we've still got to come, by the way. We have got Princess Cruises to come. We've got an all-inclusive Royal Caribbean, brand new, which is coming up a little bit later on. And we're going to finish with Celebrity, a Far East cruise to Singapore. But our next cruise, now for those of you that don't like to be too far away from home for whatever reason, it might just be, some people don't like to be the other side of the world, do they? Maybe.
No, absolutely not. I've got a lot of friends who like to stay in the British Isles in the summer. They just think it's so beautiful here, and that's absolutely brilliant. So if you want the luxury of cruising and the experience, but to stay a little nearer and explore our beautiful land, then this is the one for you.
It certainly is. And
our beautiful land.
Well, there's lots of places that I'm ashamed to have not even been to.
Yeah.
You know, I've never been, believe it or not, to Belfast yet. But anyway, let's take you on board with Princess Cruises.
Right, so of course Princess, such a well-known cruise line, and this is her newest ship, the Royal Princess, which was only launched in June 2013, so you can imagine everything is rather pristine and beautiful.
And she was launched, I know, in the UK, but then she spent all her time over in America, hasn't she?
That's right, so it's really lovely to have her in the British Isles. Stunning ship, 141,000 tonnes, carries 3,600 passengers, and actually has balconies on 80% of her cabins, and so really lovely to have lots of outside space. Up on the deck, you've got an adult-only pool, which is surrounded by 7 plush, beautiful cabanas, and you can see the inside the ship as well.
I mean, again,
stunning.
Well, you imagine she's so new, so everything is going to be immaculate.
Absolutely. Look at all that lovely wine to drink as well. Such a, no, but seriously, the choice of the vintages, Sean, is amazing. And again, wonderful food. She is another cruise line that has delicious dining. And you can go traditional and have fixed dining, or you can have the anytime dining.
Just look
That's
at
up
that
to you.
wonderful fountain display.
Amazing,
as well.
yeah. And they're really well known as well for their movies under the stars. You know, they give you their blanket, so if it's a slightly chilly evening, you get all cozy, and then you can hit the dance floor. I was having a little dance on a cruise ship last week.
I bet you were very good, Gemma.
Yes, had a little lesson going on. It was good.
But I know a lot of you have been desperate to cruise on board the Royal Princess. She has been over in America, but she will be returning to, of course, the British Isles to Southampton next year, so you've got a chance of experiencing this brand new ship that is so beautiful. I mean, look at the staterooms there.
I know. They are like unbelievable hotel rooms, basically. And also, the Royal Princess has got the sea walk, where guests can experience like views to the bridge on an enclosed glass-bottomed walkway that's quite nice as well.
I remember seeing that when Her Royal Highness Kate Middleton actually christened the ship. You saw some images of that, didn't you?
Yeah, wonderful.
Wow. By the way, every single one of you that books right now will get $400 on-board spend as well. I mean, that's a lot of spending.
That is great. You can go to the spa and pamper yourself, or whatever you like, do a bit of shopping.
You get a lot of shopping, a lot of, a lot of drinks, soft drinks and alcoholic drinks. But what is so nice is that you'll never be far from home. So for those of you that don't, like to be, say, the other side of the world, you're cruising from Southampton, so you can take as much luggage as you like. And actually, one of my favourite ports of all time is actually St Peter's Port, Guernsey.
Oh, it's
beautiful.
So pretty, absolutely. This is a chance to, as Sean says, visit a few places that are closer to home that you've probably always wanted to go to, and do them all in one trip. So St Peter's Port, cobbled streets, beautiful picturesque seafront marina. It really is one of Europe's prettiest harbour towns. And you've got lots of dates on this, haven't you? But you have got the lead date of 21st of May, so hopefully you'll get some beautiful weather. And then day 3, you're going to Cork as well, which is Ireland's 3rd largest city. I've never been to Cork, have you?
No, I'm ashamed to say I haven't either.
No, I know, and I would absolutely love to. So that is Cork, which we're going to have a look at now. I mean, look at that. Isn't it beautiful? I mean, Ireland is so famous for being so green and lush, and it is, of course, the Emerald Isle, and you can absolutely see that looking at this footage of Cork.
Isn't it ridiculous? I've got so many friends, you know, that live in England that have never been over to Ireland.
Well, it is, and when you think that probably a lot of people might have been nowadays to Rome or to Spain or something, but then you've got all of this, like, relatively nearby, and just really fantastic. And everybody I do know who goes to Ireland on a holiday has the most fantastic time. Great atmosphere, lovely, lovely people, and beautiful countryside and scenery. Look at that, it's exquisite.
And remember, this is only part of the 12-night cruise, because we're then making our way over to Dublin.
Dublin's fair city, where the girls are so pretty. Yeah, loads to do in Dublin, including visiting the famous St Patrick's Cathedral and the Halfpenny Bridge there that you can see. You've got the lake there, and of course you can go to places like Trinity College as well. I would say a must. You've got to have a pint of Guinness somewhere along the way.
Yes.
I think you've got to. It's sort of traditional, isn't it?
Just the one, Gemma?
Just the one. And then, of course, you see the jail there. Again, look how green it is. It's so famous, but it is so beautiful. You've got various castles to go and visit as well. You could go up to Malahide Castle. You could go to Dublin Castle. You could go and visit the farm. You're going to have such a wonderful time here to spend the day in Dublin. How gorgeous. And then to get back on the ship, and then you're sailing to Belfast.
Oh, you missed out
But in between that, you've got Liverpool. Can't leave Liverpool out.
Liverpool.
And how wonderful to go into the famous docks of Liverpool, where I've been many a time. Absolutely fantastic city. I strongly recommend you go and visit all the sites, you know, where the Beatles first launched themselves. Gotta love Liverpool. Friendly, gorgeous people. The Liver building there.
I haven't been to Liverpool for quite a while, but I was watching the Scylla series recently. Did
you see that? Yeah.
And it is such a great, great city.
Oh, wonderful
Fantastic
place,
atmosphere.
yeah. And then after that, we're off to Belfast. Sorry about
So
that.
we're nipping back over to
We're
Ireland.
nipping back over to Ireland at the other end, and we're going to beautiful Belfast. That's, of course, Giant's Causeway, very, very famous. And you've got just the beautiful coast here. The Antrim coast is stunning all along, and again, Belfast Castle, so you've got all your sort of history that you can go and look at, and just famous for its pubs. Again, the atmosphere of the Irish pubs is just wonderful. Go and visit the Botanic Gardens if you want. Carrickfergus Castle is beautiful. Queen's University. So there's a lot to see and do, and then in between you're always getting back on this gorgeous ship. And on day 7 we're going to Greenock, which is a historic industrial town by the Firth of Clyde. It's 25 miles west of Glasgow, basically. Then you're at sea for a day, and then you're arriving in Invergordon, which is on the eastern seaboard of the Highlands of Scotland. So there you can go and visit your maritime history museum. You've got beautiful walks. Loch Ness, of course. Go and look for the monster.
I can imagine it just being so relaxing now.
So beautiful, yeah. Amazing fresh air. Just absolutely. When you live in a city like I do, you go to places like that, you're just gulping down the fresh air. Just beautiful.
And then over to
one of my favourite cities in the
next.
world.
Chance to visit Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. Oh, I just love it. I've been so many times, and I will go again and again and again. There's so much to do and see.
I even thought about living there at one point.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to. I'd absolutely love. That's, of course, the famous Edinburgh Military Tattoo, which is just at the bottom of the castle, which does light up at night, which is wonderful. And they fire the cannon every day from the top of the castle. But you've got Princes Street as well, which is kind of the main buzzy bit of Edinburgh. It's beautiful. And then day 11, you're at sea. And then day 12, just to round off your cruise very nicely, you're sailing into Le Havre, from where you can go to Paris, of course, or you could go the other way, go to Rouen, or go and visit the D-Day beaches, which my dad did actually only last week, and he was saying how absolutely amazing it was. He was really blown away by the history. So if you've been to Paris loads of times before, you've got other options, and if you haven't, of course, got to go and see the Eiffel Tower and all the famous landmarks.
And then, of course, back to Southampton.
Yeah.
Remember, you only need a deposit only tonight, and every single one of you will get free $400 on board spend. And she's a brand new ship, so she was only launched last year with, of course, Her Royal Highness Kate Middleton, and she's only just coming back to the UK. She's been over in America, of course, and I know, you know, reading in the press and the media, she's such a highly respected ship.
Yes, and we saw a picture there of the Sanctuary, which is an adults-only area. Just talk about tranquility, but of course they do cater for the children as well. It's one of those that no matter who you are, what age you are, this ship has got something for you.
Well, let's just remind you of everything that is included tonight. So, again, I mentioned a big onboard spend. You can also add a night at the Meon Valley Marriott in Southampton. We'll talk about that in a second, but we've got a special deal. So for just £70 per person, you'll get parking and all of your port transfers. So parking for 12 nights, really worth going for that. 12 nights on board the Royal Princess, and we have got, say, a few different departure dates, and the itineraries will differ slightly depending on the date that you actually choose. But I did mention about the Meon Valley Marriott Hotel. I always stay there from cruising from Southampton, and here I am to prove it. Planet Cruise have a great partnership with the Marriott Meon Valley 4-star hotel here in Southampton. Bed, breakfast, free car parking, transfers to and from the port are actually all included. Now, I arrived earlier yesterday. I had someone take care of my bags. I went for a swim. I had the most amazing night's sleep, and I've just finished off a hearty breakfast. And now, with my car safely parked, I'm about to take the chauffeur-driven shuttle to Southampton Port, which is a mere 12 miles away. And then when my cruise is over, they'll drop me off here and I can drive safely home. And they really do look after Planet Cruise customers. You know, we have hundreds, if not thousands, of say, Planet Cruise customers stay there, and you will be very, very looked after. And I think what's nice is you relax. You know, your holiday.
Your holiday's begun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like a night in a hotel.
I do.
Love it, and a nice breakfast.
Yes, other than the breakfast is very, very nice, as are the beds, actually. But this week, Royal Caribbean have launched some all-inclusive deals, and we've picked one of the very, very best. This includes so much for under £820, not just your drinks, so much more. We'll tell you about that in a second, but let's take you on board Royal Caribbean. One of the first companies I cruised with, actually, for my 40th birthday.
Oh, and what an experience. They really are an incredible cruise line. I was on Oasis of the Seas.
You were?
A couple of weeks ago, and it's a similar experience. Huge ships and just so fun. And, you know, this particular ship has had a big refurbishment, actually.
Oh, has she?
Yeah, in 2011. So perhaps you've sailed on her before. You'll find she's got a new outdoor cinema screen. You saw briefly the aerial entertainment. Updated staterooms and some new venues as well. You're seeing some of the delicious food here. You've got Giovanni's Table, the Chops Grill and the Concierge Club are all new. You can see Giovanni's Table there. So fabulous, superb cuisine and dining on board. You've got the main dining rooms and the Windjammer Cafe as well. Entertainment, you've got your casino, you saw at the beginning the aerial entertainment, an ice rink.
And the shows on the ice rink are incredible. I think they're some of the best at sea.
They are, and you know what's really nice for the passengers, though, is that you can skate for free in the day yourself. So that's really fun as well. If you are travelling with children, one thing about Royal Caribbean is, wowee, the childcare facilities are just incomparable, absolutely amazing. Your children, you'll hardly see them, which is not necessarily a good thing. But, you know,
great for the
they are so happy because it's for every age as well is catered for. So whether they're teenagers or in the middle of the thing, I mean, the kids' rooms, my son's eyes would just pop out of his head. Amazing.
You will. You know, so if you are taking children, because quite often Royal Caribbean you see big extended families from, you know, the grandparents to the grandchildren.
Yeah, my friend just went with her mum and the kids and everything,
But we're going to show you an amazing deal around the Greek Isles and Turkey. Having said that, if this cruise isn't right for you, Planet Cruise have got many to choose from, all from Royal Caribbean, that are all-inclusive. There are so many, so whether you look at the Med, whether you're looking, say, something a little bit further afar, we have got dozens and dozens of all-inclusive cruises available for a limited period with Royal Caribbean. This one we've chosen because it also includes your tips and your airport parking, and it's a beautiful itinerary. Because one of the nicest, one of the most beautiful ports to cruise out of has got to be Venice, and that's where we're going to be flying to. So a little flight over to Venice,
That's right, and transferred to the ship, and then you are off to Dubrovnik, a fabulous walking city for lovers of culture and history. So much to see, you know, centuries-old monasteries, churches, synagogues, but if you want the relaxation, then it's also just a lovely spot. You can just sit and watch the world go by. You've got the Adriatic sparkling sea to gaze out at, and the medieval old town is like a walled city. So incredible views. It's kind of a bit like Venice, but instead of canals, you've got marble alleyways. So that's sort of a way to compare it a little bit. Yeah. And then you've got the old town, as I say, narrow cobblestone streets, and you can just do that lovely thing of just wandering around and, you know, stopping at some beautiful cafes al fresco, and just stunning. Day 3, you're then at sea. And then day 4, you arrive, you've got to do some quite good mileage there up to Rhodes, where you disembark, and the passengers are let out just outside of the old town, where you've got amazing historic buildings dating back from the 14th century. So you've got museums, boutiques, restaurants, these beautiful bays, and the old town. Again, it's that lovely thing of, it's a really good place to go on a cruise because you can get off the ship and you can just, you don't necessarily have to do a planned excursion. You can, obviously, if you want, and we do some brilliant ones. But if you just want to stroll about and explore yourself, it's a really good place for that. The main attraction is the Palace of the Grand Masters, so I'd definitely do that. Day 5, we then arrive in Kusadasi, and this is where you want to go and see Ephesus. So it's about 9 miles from the town, and as you'll see, you are travelling back thousands of years. You've now got sort of a lot of it open to the public, like a museum and stuff, and there are cafes where you can sit and have a little break from the sightseeing. But beautiful. It's where they say, like, the Virgin Mary was born. It's a really ancient place. And then you've got beautiful beaches as well. So whether you want to go and do your sightseeing and look at some of these ancient places or go to the beach, you can decide. And then day 6, you're at sea again, enjoying that beautiful ship with so much to do.
Yeah, remember, it's all-inclusive. So...
All-inclusive. So, yeah, just eating and drinking and having fun and sunbathing. And then day 7, you arrive in Split, which is back in Croatia again. So, look how beautiful it is. You've got this beautiful, expansive, sort of cafe-lined promenade when you're just going along by the Adriatic Sea, and you've got ferries in sort of constant motion going around taking tourists to different places. But you've also got a 1,700-year-old palace, which we can see here, which is a palace of the Roman Emperor. So a lot to see and do. You've got sculpture places to go and visit. You've got the old city, narrow winding streets and stately squares, but also lots of good shops and excellent restaurants as well. And then you are back on the ship and sailing back to Venice, where you disembark, transfer to your airport and fly home.
Now, I think you'll agree, beautiful itinerary. You're going to aboard this fabulous ship. You were saying that she was actually refurbished in 2011.
2011, yes. So she's had lots of sort of extra places to go and eat. And
what is amazing, and you'll know this if you are a regular cruiser, ships are constantly maintained. So, you know, even on a daily basis, everything is kept immaculate, always, at all times.
Yeah.
If you book tonight, we're going to give you an all-inclusive upgrade. This is a brand new safe promotion from Royal Caribbean, and all of this as well. So let's just give you a little taster. We've got a free upgrade from inside to Ocean View on the 29th of August as well. Free tips and free parking. So when you break down what you're saving there... I know.
15th and 29th of August. If you're going with children, I know I keep saying this, but they really do. The childcare is included. It's free. Which is amazing
all
as well.
Of that, free tips, free airport parking. We can even give you flights from Birmingham as well, and a price of $819. Let's just show you what the prices are across the board there, because we have got dates available from May all the way through to, of course, November as well. We have one final cruise to tempt you with tonight, this evening. It's with Celebrity on board the Celebrity Century. And we have here an 80-night Thailand, Singapore and Burma cruise. And it starts off with a flight over to Singapore.
It does.
And a 2-night stay.
That's right, yeah, fly to Singapore. And so it's quite nice, isn't it, Sean? Before getting on the ship, you've got a couple of nights in a hotel, so it's quite exciting. And it means you can really get out there and immerse yourself. And it's going to be a really top-quality hotel as well, so that's very nice too. And Singapore is pretty fantastic. It's a very sophisticated city. It's very clean. Again, the infrastructure is very good. It's busy, but you've got the beautiful sort of skyscrapers and that sort of huge feel of being in this very big commercial place. But you've also got, you know, temples that you can go and visit and see a side of Asia in that way. Orchard Road is famous for all the shopping. You could do a Singapore River cruise, and at night time, seeing as you're there at night, you could do the Marina Bay laser show on a little boat at night.
Having said that, we are going to include the Singapore by night tour as well on this one, aren't we?
Yes, absolutely.
So you do get a tour included in Singapore.
You do.
Then you're going to embark the stunning Celebrity Century, and so Celebrity, one of my favourite cruise companies. I've cruised them several times, just booked another cruise with them actually in January. So
now they had, this particular ship had a bit of a makeover in May in 2006. Do you know how much they spent on the ship?
Go on.
In 55 million. That was just for a sort of little little upgrade, yeah.
Right. Let's show you how beautiful this ship looks. Here's our Keith from our Sage Sunday show and now Friday show to tell you more.
With exceptional levels of service and a crew-to-guest ratio of 1:2, and well-designed and easy-to-navigate ships, and a decor that's both sophisticated and contemporary, this is a cruise line who offer a very real sense of modern luxury. Celebrity Cruises have always pushed the boat out when it comes to dining, not just in the sheer choice, but also the quality of the food that they offer. Experience saver menus pairing classic and contemporary selections from casual al fresco dining through to the stunning main dining room. And of course, there's an appetizing range of quirky, excellent specialty restaurants. Matching a bar to your mood is what Celebrity does best. And there's a great range of beverage and wine packages offering great value. You can top up the tan while enjoying a margarita by the pool, or use your SeaPass card and help yourself to another great glass of vino in Cellar Masters. You can soak up the sounds of the big band in the Passport Bar, or try one of the 64 craft beers available on board. My favourite, though, has to be here at the Molecular Bar, where tasting the work of the liquid chef will engage all your senses. Life on board Celebrity Cruises is an opportunity for you to enjoy your holiday just as you want it. From relaxing by the pool with a good book to a whole host of exhilarating and unique experiences, the choice really is yours. Cooking competitions, mixology classes, dance and language classes, informative lectures, and behind-the-scenes access to the inner workings of a modern-day cruise ship. When the sun sets, Celebrity ships come alive with a dazzling selection of bars, lounges, nightclubs and casinos. You can relax with a cocktail, meet new friends, take to the dance floor or hit the casino tables. But keep an eye out for the interactive theme parties. You may even find dancers in exquisite costumes suddenly appear to entertain you. There's West End style theatre shows, dance, comedy, magic, music and an extraordinary front row seat waiting just for you. On a Celebrity Cruise, luxury comes as standard. There are 6 different varieties to choose from and over 85% have a private balcony. The design is smart, fresh and contemporary, and all offer a great range of sumptuous amenities such as fluffy bathrobes, deluxe toiletries, Egyptian cotton bed linen, and 24-hour complimentary room service. From comfortable inside staterooms to these gorgeous suites which feature floor-to-ceiling windows, panoramic balconies, and your very own private butler. Trust me, once you've unpacked, you won't ever want to leave.
Yeah, I'd be happy to live on that ship, I really would. But you have got the most stunning itinerary as well. So I'm going to hand over to Gemma. We're embarking on this beautiful ship and we're overnight in Singapore, aren't we, first of all?
Yeah, that's right. And we will be including a lovely night excursion for you too. Then day 6, we're at sea. And then day 7, we sail to Phuket in Thailand, which is one of the most beautiful islands I've ever been to. And if you just think that some of the James Bond films were filmed there, that says it all. Absolutely stunning. Then day 10, we are arriving in Burma in a place called Yangon, which is also known as Rangon, depending on what you fancy. And you get 2 overnights on board as well. So fabulous. You can go and explore the pagodas, the temples, head to the top of the Sakura Tower and have a drink and drink in the views as well, and go to the markets and experience the culture. Then we are at sea for a couple of days, and then day 15 we arrive in Langkawi, where I've actually been, in Malaysia. Beautiful. I remember a monkey came into my hotel room. I was a bit shocked. I was like, hello, what are you doing? There's an amazing underwater world here that you can go and visit if you know, you fancy going to an aquarium and seeing that. It's like a 15-metre long walk-through tunnel. Absolutely amazing. Incredible beaches and beautiful food. Day 16, you're in Penang in Malaysia. You'll see a melting pot of cultures here, from Chinese, Hindu, Muslim, Christian. It's a real little mishmash and melting pot. It's beautiful. Day 17, we're in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia's capital city, and you know, you'll see there's been some real economic development here. There's a 150-year-old city with tall skyscrapers, luxurious hotels and massive shopping malls, but you've still got the lovely kind of old places to visit as well, like the temples. So you have had a little bit of everything on this. In Asia, you've got your beach, you've got your cities as well, some culture. You're going to have a wonderful time. Day 18, you arrive back in Singapore, you disembark and you transfer back.
And you'll be on board that beautiful ship. She's stunning. Let's remind you, these are the details then. So, for under £1,700, you've got your return flights. We can also provide flights from most UK airports. An extra 2 nights in that 5-star hotel in Singapore, and that included tour, which is Singapore by night, which is supposed to be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it will be.
Anyway, I wish we really should have a 2-hour show, you know, because we are out of time. But let's remind you of the 6 cruises we've featured tonight with Planet Cruise. We started off with an amazing offer, 8 nights, of course, over in Dubai and Oman and the United Arab Emirates with Costa, under £600, and an amazing, for all of the single ladies and gents, including Keith, if you're watching, 729 is the single price there, based on the 5th of February. We then had a cruise for under £500 with Norwegian Cruise Line, and this is over to the Eastern Med. Massive reductions on that one. Remember, we are giving you a price tonight which is working out less than, for those 10 nights, less than £50 per person per night, and $100 on-board spend as well. You can even have a penthouse for less than £1,000. How would you like to fly long-haul business? We're going to give you free business class flights. They really suit the cruise that you're going on, actually, because it is with, of course, Oceania, 5-star luxury. You could pay that price, I'm sure, for the business class flights alone. And I have cruised Oceania. The experience is absolutely stunning. I can say the best food I've ever had at sea. We then had a cruise a bit nearer to home with Princess Cruises on board. The ship that was only launched last year, the Royal Princess, she's been over in America. She's back in the UK next year, of course, and $400 on board spend. Royal Caribbean have just launched a very, very special promotion. They've got a whole selection of cruises that are all-inclusive. If this one isn't right for you, ring our cruise consultants. They can offer you some other alternatives. And with this one, you only need to pay a deposit of £99 to secure a place tonight. Not only are you getting all-inclusive, you're getting free tips and free airport parking as well. And we just saw our final cruise, of course, with Celebrity on board the Celebrity Century there, over to Thailand, Singapore and Burma. 2 hot picks tonight as well. We had, of course, a brand new hot pick, 12 nights and under £500 with P&O, over to Morocco on that one. And then, of course, the Queen Mary 2, 8 nights at $499, and that's a week tomorrow, of course, as well. The next show is this Friday at 11 AM, and, of course, you can get further details on our website, planetcruise.co.uk as well. Got a great, great website for you to check out all of the promotions. We are sad out of time. All of our cruises are fully protected, of course, as well, and Planet Cruise are a company that you can really, really trust with years and years of experience.
Absolutely, and all of our agents are so experienced as well. Just give us a ring and have a chat about anything you want to know.
Gemma, I'd like to do all of those.
I would too.
Yeah, we'll see you next week, though.
See you next week.
Book your cruise right now with Planet Cruise.